So today is Thursday. I'm headed to the salon as we speak. And I just wanted to jump on and just kind of have a chat with you guys. Number one, this is a story time. Number two, you guys know that my story times are typically made for me to also teach you guys things that you won't typically know unless you experience it. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to also subscribe if you're new to my channel, okay? Lastly, shameless plug, any of the products that you guys hear me mention, all of our products are available at EliteHairCareUSA.com. So let's chat. The title of this video is I Don't Take Okay? Let me tell you guys why I said that. When I first launched Elite Hair Care, I didn't really understand a lot about product retail when it came onto the hair industry. So you'd be surprised that I'm a cosmetologist, I'm a trichologist, I'm an educator. But when it came onto hair product, I was very timid. I was very afraid to step outside of the box. I always said that, oh, they won't want this. They won't want this. They won't want this. And I soon learned to let that concept go and just push forward in my business. And I have lasted and survived through all of that time with my actual business. I'm approaching 4 years. Okay, I'm approaching 4 years. Our anniversary is April the 20th, you guys. So you guys know that we're going to have this major shebang week for Elite Hair Care anniversary. And it's also considered our customer appreciation week. So we tie everything together that week. So that week is going to be filled with like sales and all that stuff. But I didn't know about doing these things when I first launched my line because I wasn't focused on that. I was more focused on selling product to my clients and, you know, making sure that they're using the right products and not just sending them to the beauty supply store and telling them to fend for themselves. So with any product line, people think that you can only launch a product line in a salon and you just stop there. But for me, I already knew how to deal with e-commerce, but I would do it what I call the hood way. Okay, so when I say the hood way, meaning I take a picture with my cell phone, put that picture on my website, that's my product picture, didn't care about lighting, didn't care about editing. I thought everything was supposed to be raw, like that was me. So I always said that I wanted my pictures on my website to be looking like these conglomerate companies. So if you notice, like if you go on Target or any other major brand, when you go on their website, the product images are very clean. You know, your background is clean. The label is, you can see, you don't see any editing. You just see this beautiful picture. And in your mind, you're like, oh, I can do that. And then you go buy all this stuff and think that you can do it yourself. Well, I quickly learned that I was not able to do that myself. Okay, I quickly learned I was not able to do that myself. So when I said that, I wasn't really searching for a photographer, but I had attempted to pay a photographer to do product photos for me. And when I got them back, they just were not to my liking. Like they were just not clean enough. They just looked cheapy, right? And I mean, maybe because of what I was trying to spend at that time, I didn't have a huge budget. I still don't have a huge budget, but I didn't really have a value for the pictures just yet because I didn't really know what the value was. So after doing my research, I found another company online, which I am okay with sharing with you guys. For those of you that are using our private label company, I will share that with you guys in another video on my other channel, which is a resource that you can use to get your product photos professionally done without having to search and search and search, and you pay one set price. So I'm going to do a video about that company in another video for you guys. Anyway, my product pictures, if you guys notice on my website, my product pictures are immaculate. Like very clean, very sharp, everything. But I was still missing something. And what I was missing was that lifestyle style type picture of my products like my competitors. I would notice that my competitors always had these beautiful pictures with a lady holding, or a picture of the bottles laid out a certain way, They call it step and repeat pictures. Lifestyle type photos that can be used on social media. Hey, Kat. Like I was missing that, and that's what I needed because I wanted to step up the game on my social media as well, and I wanted the quality of my pictures of my product, of my babies. I wanted them to be just as luxurious as my brand. So you can't have a product line that you're telling people to pay $40 for your product, and you took the picture on top of your homegirl's car with your cell phone. Doesn't work. Okay? So if you guys are understanding what I'm saying right now, put a 1 in the chat. If you have a product, if I was to say I have a product that costs you $75, and I took a picture and I just put the bottle on top of a roof of a car and then put it on my website, would you be comfortable paying $75? Yes or no? Even though you know the product works, but I just took the picture on top of a roof of a car, and I just took the picture and I posted it on my website and said this product is $74.99. Would you buy that product? Now, for those of you that are saying no, I want you to tell me why you wouldn't buy that product. And I know why, but I want you to tell me why you wouldn't buy that product. Why wouldn't you buy that product? My personal reason for not buying that product is, number one, if the product value is $74.99 and it's an 8-ounce bottle and you're telling me that this is a magic potion that's going to help my hair, but you couldn't even spend a couple more dollars to take a really good photo and show me the value of this product. It looked cheap. Thank you. It looked cheap. Alicia, thank you so much. It looked cheap. Everybody knows that pretty sells first. And that was another reason why we revamped our labels, because I felt like my labels were novice labels, right? So if you guys notice, my labels are totally different. Like, this is the Goddess Polish. You guys have not seen this product yet, but this product releases on April the 1st. But the Goddess Polish label is absolutely stunning, okay? This label is stunning. Pretty sells. My colors are changing. All of these things, you eat with your eyes first, right? You eat with your eyes first and you buy with your eyes first. Okay. So I decided that I wanted to step my game up, and I was approached by a photographer. Now, I'm not going to bash the photographer by mentioning their name. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. Reason being is we don't have a bad relationship, but I want to use this situation as a learning situation for you guys. So this really I'm not going to mention the photographer at all. That don't even matter, right? It was more the experience is what I want you guys to learn from. So that's what we're going to talk about. See? So I'm not doing that. Now, if there's a company that I needed to blast and tell you about them and tell you why not to use them, then I would do that. But in her case, I'm not going to do that. In his case, I'm not going to do that because it just, that's not needed. We rectified the situation, but I want you guys to use my situation as a learning situation. All right. I hired the photographer, and at the beginning, the photographer basically offers a plan. They offer a plan, and that plan includes a certain number of photos. Every single month, it includes planning, all of this stuff for a certain period of time. That went great. That went with no problems. It went off without a hitch. So the second time around, if you guys know, EliteHairCareUSA.com got a complete overhaul. It got a complete revamp. The site got basically redone, and it is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. We updated our colors. We did all of that stuff. So with that update, I needed updated product photos. And when I say updated product photos, I meant the lifestyle portion of the photos. So I reached out to this particular company that did my photos before. And when I reached out to the company, I basically was like, listen, I need this within a certain amount of time. Okay? We spoke, we talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. And the company came back and said, hey, this is what it's going to cost. And I will charge you, let's say I'll charge you $1,000 rush fee because I have to rush it. Now, in my mind, I'm like, Okay. Now that $1,000 was not the price. I'm just using a number, you guys. So I needed the photos by a certain period. We talked about it. We looked at pictures. We did all these things. And this is where the learning situation steps in. When you are dealing with a company, you want to make sure that your expectations are 100% clear and their expectations are 100% clear. And what result you expect is 100% clear. Okay? And that's with anything you do, not just business. Okay? So when I reached out, or when we talked about this and we had the meeting about it, I said, this is the style pictures I want. And we drew it, like we pulled up pictures and everything of what I wanted. COVID happened, and it was still happening. It wasn't a huge part of life, but it was still happening. But this is when the hype of the Omarion, y'all know I like to call it whatever name, it was at the peak of the Omarion variant. I'm gonna call it Omarion because that thing was dancing, right? So this was the peak of the Omarion variant, and apparently within the time frame that I was supposed to get my product pictures back, the company head was ill, so I couldn't get the product pictures back in time, and they said, hey, I need an additional time. So I said, okay, no problem. Even though I knew it was an inconvenience, even though I knew I had another person waiting on me that had a deadline for me, did I really have a chance to say, okay, well, yeah, okay, no problem? I just had to say, okay, no problem, because guess what? What am I going to do? Hey, Dad. Okay, so once I'm at work one day, and this is within the deadline, and the day before the deadline, I get an email that says, hey, your photos are in editing. You want to go ahead and pay your remaining balance. I would suggest, or it's basically saying pay your remaining balance so that we don't delay you getting your pictures. Okay, y'all heard what I said. Pay your remaining balance so that I don't delay you getting your pictures, because you've already paid and I got your money. You've paid me for my service. Here's your photos. All right, no problem. So I paid my remaining balance the day before as instructed. And I'm at work the next day, and I get an email. And when that email comes, that email was the images that I paid a rush fee to get of a certain quality. So who can tell me what happened when I opened this email? If you already know I do story times based on not so great situations, then you know that when I got that email with those pictures, I went slap the off. Pissed off is not the best word to use when I got those pictures. I got pictures of products that I don't even carry anymore. Mind you, our meeting was over 30 minutes. It was about 30 minutes or longer. I got pictures of products that I no longer carry. I got what I called, based on the skill level of this company. I knew, I don't know why I can't park. I knew, based on the skill level of the company that I hired, okay, because I've seen their work and I know they do absolutely amazing work. Okay? Based on the skill and the level of stature that I would put them on for their photos. The photos that I got was utterly shit. Did you guys hear me? The photos that I got were shit. And Crystal does not take shit. Especially if I'm paying for it. Okay? If you giving me something for free, you doing me a favor. All right, no problem. If you're giving me something for free and you are doing me a favor, I still expect you to give me the best work you can, but it's a favor. So guess what? When you get in a favor, you cannot complain. Together, you guys. By the way, this is our newest Goddess wash. This is the botanical wash, and it is infused with boric acid. So this is our new botanical yoni wash. with boric acid. That'll be released soon. Okay, just so you guys know. All right, so let me get my keys. We're gonna walk inside. But when I got the pictures, you guys, I was just like, I had to stop doing my client. I told my client, give me just a moment, please. You see when Crystal said, give me just a moment, please, after reading the email and I step out, it's not good. When I had to literally step out, and I think I can class myself as a beast when it comes on to me demolishing someone in an email. Okay, I can be the most direct petty with indirect professionalism on the planet. I feel like my mother blessed me with that. If you ask my father, my father knows my mother. My mother blessed me with being the most professional, cattiest woman on the planet. That's one thing Michelle she does very well. She can eat you alive with words. Okay? I took that from her. All right. My email was not nice, but it was somewhat nice. Let me. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So I emailed the person directly, which is the company. Okay. And I said to them specifically, I said, I don't know. My response was just like, you know what? Let me do it this way. I like to read things verbatim. So let me do it this way. And I wasn't trying to be rude. Let me just say it this way. I was being more on the, this is not personal. This is professional. This is not personal. And I think that's where it went downhill. Once I got to the, let me tell you, basically you gave me shit kind of work. Hold on, you guys. There we go. All right, good. Sorry about the moving around. I had to come into the salon. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. I always start my emails with hope all is well. Okay? That's I learned that you either give a smile or you say hope all is well. I said, let me cut straight to the chase. None of the photos sent is anything that we discussed. Mind you, we had an entire meeting about this. These photos are not the homepage ready photos I specifically asked for when we spoke about when we spoke during the meeting, and style that we outlined in the shop plan sent from you. So on professionalism, I'm going to give them that much. Professionalism, you sent me a shop plan, okay? But if you send me a plan, as the client, I deviate from the plan. As the company that sends me the plan, you can't deviate from the plan. Okay? Okay. I said, to be quite honest, the photos look rushed, unpolished, and the even bigger issue, the bottles were to be changed to new bottles I sent you. I sent you multiple bottles as per the conversation to be photographed. This was not done. The combinations used were not what we discussed at all. I was still very professional. I said, this is extremely disheartening, and I'm borderline pissed off right now, especially because I paid an additional blank for this shoot to push up the delivery time, in which that was delayed due to illness. We spoke about what I wanted, and you provided back to me a very detailed shot plan, yet this is what you delivered. Okay. These photos are in no way what I would call homepage ready, and it's not what I asked for. Seriously blank, because now by the time I got down to this part of the email, I was just like blowing my gasket. I said, seriously blank, this is really, and excuse my French, what the type moment. because this is not what we talked about. Mind you, my deadline was already pushed out a week. I was already pushed out a week. That's why my site did not roll out on the date that I expected it to roll out. This has to be fixed, and I say this in the most respectful way, and I put immediately in all caps, meaning I'm yelling so you can understand. My developers have been hounding me for these photos to then receive this, what was expected. So the response back was, I'm so sorry you feel that way. I feel that way? You're so sorry I feel that way about your shitty ass pictures that you sent me. Yes. Well, I'm so sorry you sent me these photos that were not up to par. Especially because I know for a fact that this company literally does pictures through the roof. Hands down. And to this moment, I will still hold them to this very high number because I know what good work they can do. But that particular work was horrible. It was horrible in fact that we met about it. I got a shop plan about it, and nothing of that plan was delivered. Nothing that we spoke about was what I got. And that's the reason why I wanted to do this video, because what I say to people is these are the things that you deal with when you're dealing in business. But really and truly, if you don't put your foot down, you'll be given whatever. If you don't have ethics and standards, you'll be given whatever. If you don't have requirements, you'll be given whatever. If you don't have a level of love for your brand, you'll be given whatever and you'll take it. And that is the reason why I am the way I am. You know, I watched this video. It's just a real short clip from Beyonce. And I know a lot of you have seen this video before. A lot of you have seen this video before, probably going around on social media, right? Where she's going through some clothing, and I guess things were not going the way that they needed to go. And she pulled the team into this room and she said to them that we need to meet because everything's kind of a mess. And then in between that, she had her commentary, and her commentary said that she learned a long time ago, and she wondered why. And she wondered why her father was the way he was when he was managing her. Because being nice and being a business do not go together. Nice and business don't go together. Because when you're too nice in business, they take advantage of you, and now your business will literally sink. Okay? When you're straightforward, to the point, level of expectation, and take no shit, your business can thrive because you can't be both. Okay? You can be somewhat of nice, but you can't be both. Right? You can't run your business off of, yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Because sometimes that, yeah, I understand will get you nothing. It will literally get you run over. Right? So I feel like if I didn't put my foot down at that moment, I wouldn't have gotten what I expected. I would have gotten that same shoddy work, and for what I paid for that, I wasn't happy. That was a no for me, especially because I don't twiddle prices. I don't twiddle people's money. Okay, if you ask me what I want to pay, I'll tell you. And then you come back and say this, and I say, okay, I understand. If I don't understand, I'll ask you to, could you alleviate on why, or tell me why it's this. And if I don't agree, then I'll move on. If I agree, I'll keep it. Right? So I saw the value in this company to say, first and foremost, you just gave me nothing that I can use. That's number one. Number two, this needs to be fixed like right now, which it was. I will give them that. It was fixed that weekend, straight to the point. But I also had to tell them, like, listen, I don't take excuses, right? I don't need excuses, because when something's wrong on my end, I have no one to give an excuse to. I can only give it to myself, and that costs me money. So when it costs me money, I have no time for it. Once I got those back, the crazy part is before that, we had a meeting about the new rules of dealing with this company, that communication was everything. And that, if there's anything that needs to be communicated, please do this, please do that, please do this, please do that. But what wasn't done is on the end of the business coming to me, I was not afforded those same things. So if you're going to have rules and ethics, then you have to stick by them. If you expect me to do something, I expect you to give back. That's how it works. Because you created the rules, so make sure that you follow the rules you created. Am I in the same place here? Okay. All right, good. So after that, we get through that situation. I get the new pictures back, and the new pictures are exactly what I asked for. Why I didn't get those the first time, I don't know. But all of a sudden, the new pictures is exactly what I asked for. So that basically means that you rushed my shoot, which is what you charged me for, a rush fee. You rushed it, and I got better pictures than when you had over a couple weeks. All right, good. We get past that now, and all of a sudden, time comes around. I still had these other photos that were promised for the next couple months. So those photos come. They're good. They're usable pictures. They're great pictures. They still are of that same quality that I knew this company had. So then the other day, I get an email that basically was like a nice email releasing me as a client. So when I looked at the email, I kind of chuckled, and I'm going to tell you guys why I chuckled. I got that email, and I looked at the email, and I said, I can completely understand that this is definitely where we need to part our ways, that I won't be renewing my membership. Because I can clearly see people cannot take me head on. And I'm telling you how I'm that kind of person. And that's not even probably why. That's why me and Junie, we're together, because he's a head-on person too. And he has this saying that I live by. You stand for nothing, you fall for anything. But when you stand for something, the people that you stand on it for or to, they can't take it. They don't like when you stand for something. People don't like firm or straight or direct people. And I'm one of those people. That's why I'm not for everybody. And that's why I don't be with everybody. So I could tell based on the email that the person / company could not handle the fact that I was straight to the point, and how I handled that situation, basically saying, you gave me shit and I'm not taking it. Because I noticed that it went from always communicating, always chatting, to here you go. I can't wait to finish this membership with you, and I'm not going to do it again. But in my mind, I was already done anyway. So I had no plan of coming back. I had no plan of going back into the membership anyway. But the fact that we were on the same page, I already knew that, number one, as a business, you can't handle direct clients. So you're going to always have a problem. Number two, you think that you can just give people something, and because that they don't agree with that, that becomes a problem. Well, when you're in business, you guys, you're going to lose relationships like that a lot, right? Because you cannot stand for nothing. You cannot allow someone to depict what you are going to be okay with. And I learned that the easy way, but at a cost, right? Because it cost me time. Regardless if it wasn't the money, it cost me time because I'm on a deadline with someone else, right? So me personally, the response that you got was probably 50% of what I would have given you if I was directly in front of you telling you about yourself. But when you're in business, you have to learn how to speak, right? So that's what I do. I learn how to speak, and I learn how to put my words together. And I'm also one that will read my email and erase it before I go and be angry and make you think that it's coming from a personal place, which I relayed that in the conversation as well. I'm like, listen, we're not friends. This is business. I love you, you're cool, we're great, whatever. This is business, and in my business, I don't play. I don't take foolishness in my business. Never. And never will I ever. Because I used to allow people to run over me at the beginning of launching this brand. I used to allow companies to talk to me any kind of way and think that, oh, they're not going to want to deal with me if I handle it this way. Fuck that. Okay? That. Not now. Don't care, period. Okay? If you give me something that I don't like, I'm going to tell you that you gave me and I paid you this amount and this is foolishness. And if you can't fix this, run me back my money. Period. And we're done. So that's why my relationship with a lot of companies is very slim. I'm very slim with my relationship, especially if it's a personal / business relationship. And when I say a personal, meaning like we're on a first name basis and we talk to each other and we have a level of understanding. The moment you violate that level of understanding and we step outside this box that we created right here, we're back to, oh, you think you can play with me? No, 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 no. So now I'm at the point where I'm graduating anyway into another direction when it comes on to my photos. So everything has its season, you guys. And that's another thing that I learned as well. Everything has its season. And once that season is over, you move on to the next person for their season. And that's how it works. Okay, so for me, it was more of a learning situation of understanding, like, Crystal, you don't take anything that you know you expect more for. I expected a certain caliber of something, and that's not what I got. Okay. And that's not what I got. And that's just it. You know what I mean? And if you can't handle the it's not even constructive, the criticism, because it's not constructive anymore. Now we're past constructive. That's called being nice. We're at criticism now of the fact that you gave me shit and I'm not taking it and I expect better. And unfortunately, you're going to handle these words right here and you're going to understand that I'm completely pissed off and we're going to fix this problem. But later on down the road, we're done dealing with each other. You just lost a client. Some companies care, some companies don't. It's the same thing with the social media company that I hired. You gave me nothing for the value of what I'm paying you. So let me just let you go because your whole persona of how you portrayed this is complete fabrication. So I don't even want to work with you. You honestly I had no gain other than loss of giving you my money. So you have to learn how to tell people, like, listen, that was a waste of time. What was that? What was that? Right? What was that? You're so right. Good morning. You have to be firm and stand on your ground in all things. People will run over you and you will allow it. People will run over you when you will allow it. That's the facts. That's the facts. Okay? So take this as a learning situation in your business. When you are dealing with your money and people, you owe them nothing but pay them your money and they give you what you paid for. Nothing more. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time in regards to my website pictures. I'm about to get my day started. It is 8:53, so I'm just going to get my room together. My client is in the lobby for her 9 o'clock, so we're just going to go ahead and get started on that. I have some pictures that I'm going to upload for you guys. So I'm sorry, not pictures, videos, uploads for you guys. So you guys will be able to see that. And then we will go from there. Yes. I hope everybody has a good Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, you guys. So enjoy, get ready for your weekend. Peace.